Sudinam Sutranam Smrti Nikhila Vedanuvachasam Paramhardam Yuktam Hyahila Chidajit Bhinnamabhija Abhinnam Swabhavyat Gunija Paramam Brahmagamidam Samadishtam Yaistan Abhisatatamide Guruvaran Bhagyodayena Bahujanma Samarjidena Satsangameva labhate Purusho Yadavai Ajnana Hedukrita Moha Mahamdhakara Nasham Vidhayahi Tatodayate Vivekaha. Harihi Om, Harihi Om, Harihi. Now we shall have the Omkara Japanusthana. Sit erect, close your eyes, interlock your fingers and put them on your lap and join. Harihi Om Tatsat. The first verse. Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharam Tamagocharam Govindam Paramanandam Sadgurum Pranadosmyaham Govindam Paramanandam Sadgurum Pranadosmyaham. See, Vivekachoodamani, as I have told you, is the last grantha that Shankaracharya wrote in his life. Naturally, you can expect the maximum measure of sublimity and enlighteningness in the text, and it is really so. You must also be knowing that Vivekachoodamani is in the way of a dialogue, a conversation between a guru and a shishya. First of all, Shankara analyzes human life and places it in its own pedestal. It is very difficult to be born as a human being, but somehow we have already been born. Though it is very rare, compared to so many other non-human creatures upon the earth, what will be the number of human beings? Take the population of mosquitoes. So our number is very small. Though we may say the earth is loaded, it's very small. Now to get into this small group is itself very, very rare. But every one of us is already born, so we are fortunate. Having got such a human life, what should you do is a question. Let us not live like animals. We should live like human beings. Means what? It means something. Look at all the other creatures of the world. All of them have bodies. And all the bodies have 5 senses. Knowledge senses, like we have. In fact, some of the animals will have more powerful and sharper eyes, ears, skin and the like. So in the sensory level, we are not great or superior. Then they also have, just like our hands and feet, etc. The monkey's hands are much better than ours, I believe. We say the crocodile hold. When the crocodile holds something, it's very difficult to release it. So you will find that in the sensory level we have no superiority or greatness. then where lies our greatness? Our greatness or superiority will be only in two levels. One is in the power and potential we have in thinking, understanding, and in articulating. So the power of speech and the power of thinking and understanding, these are the only two factors in which human life can claim superiority. If this is admitted, we should know, are we doing full justice to both? What the animals are not able to do, we must do. And our main focus should be in thinking and understanding matters, in unraveling the mystery within the body, trying to know the potential and the possibilities of the brain that we have, and trying to use the best measure of speech that we can have. We alone can share our feelings, emotions, understanding, needs and the like with the others. The animals also do, but they cannot do. They have not written any books so far. So they also have parallelly long experience in this world. Now, when you understand it properly, the other beings are only exposed to the external world. Some of the birds can see much better than we do. The eagles and kites, etc. Our superiority is clearly in trying to unravel what the animals and birds and the others cannot see. The external world we see alike. The internal one, namely, what the senses cannot perceive, what is within our body, where all the world experiences, all the interactional outcomes we have in our life are reflected and experienced. If the world we see is so huge, what should be the arena within the body where the world is reflected and experienced? Should it be small or big? But seemingly is it so? No. So we have to unravel the mystery. This is called self-knowledge and self-realization. Go into your own body, open the inner chambers and find out their magnitude, their potential, their majesty, their magnificence and their sovereign splendor. Vivekachoodamani exposes you to this inner hemisphere of life. In fact, the spirituality that we know of is also meant for this. Spirituality means non-materiality and non-energiality. That means it must be something different from matter and energy. We only know of one substance that is different from matter and energy, that is consciousness, whose functional nodes are mind and intelligence. So we should probe into the mind and unearth the potentials the mind has, the intelligence also has. One more point that becomes very relevant is the relationship between the mind and the intelligence. The mind is the one which employs the senses and causes interactions. But the intelligence is the one which gains knowledge, which takes up quest, search, seeking, investigation, evaluation, assessment, appraisement and all that. The intelligence is the only tool which can act upon the mind. How many times should I say this? Intelligence is the only tool which can act upon the mind. Now we are using our intelligence for external purposes. How many 5-year plans we have made? How many are we going to make? We have constructed quite a number of items, many things, nuclear and other reactors, huge dams and the like. Our dams were earlier built with concrete, stone and the like. I think it was Tirumala Iyengar who said, I will make a dam with earth. And Hirakud was the first dam, if I remember correct, he made out of earth, 8 to 9 miles long. You know, the earth never gets older. And the older it is, the better. Everything ultimately becomes the earth. Everything gets decomposed and then becomes alive earth. So the earth has got no age at all. Whereas, take any piece for that matter, stone, wood, cement, sand, all these things when they are chemically fused, they will become older and older. After some time, weaker and weaker. But the consolidation of the earth will remain there. How did he do it? Only because of his intelligence. Intelligence alone. So huge external achievements we have had. The same intelligence you should use to probe into the working of the mind, the reactionary character of your mind, unravel the potentials and the magnitudes of the minds. What are the possibilities before us? We are concerned very much about the economic poverty our country and the world suffers from. I have nothing to say there. It's a totally different subject. I am concerned about the mental and intellectual poverty that we have. Mental and intellectual poverty that we have, whereby we are not able to understand how great a treasure our mind itself is. Our mind itself is. How great a treasure. How? Great a treasure. Great a treasure our mind itself is. And how vast a potential the intelligence has in handling it, in treating it, in resolving its problems, making it harmonious, flexible, constantly getting enriched. You know, it will take quite some time for people to understand the inner being in man. Shankara has already said that this subject of spirituality, Vivekachoodamani, or harnessing the inner resources in man. I call them resources. Resources held by the mind, held by the intelligence, held by, I will even go to the extent of saying, our ego. Now these are to be identified first, and these are to be harnessed next. We never use a word harnessing in our scientific vocabulary. We only know exploit, exploit. I think this word should disappear from our dictionary. We don't want anything to be exploited. Utilize everything judiciously, prudently, cautiously. If you start exploiting the resources of the earth, they will become depleted. And you will give to your own successors, your own children and grandchildren, a depleted earth. Do you think it is right? Huh? No. You should give a more lush green earth. We should give it intact. Don't exploit anything. Harness everything. Harness it in such a manner that the renewability will continue. Whatever you see will go back to its source in one form or the other. And the earth will remain constantly alive, vibrant, biologically very safe. Our success lies in using biodegradable items. Biodegradable items. Not items which will spoil the earth. There is a research going on in agricultural university in Kerala, whereby they say, oh, very dangerous. Some of the plants and herbs, vegetables and other things grown in the chemically spoiled areas, they have got very much to do in weakening the heart, biological heart. Don't think that all the vegetables that you consume are really health-giving and health-promoting. What will the vegetables contain? They will contain the chemicals and salts which the earth, where they are grown, contain themselves. So they have experimented, cautiously published an article. They have not even given the name of the person who did the research, because it's such an explosive item. And all these vegetables have got such ingredients, I cannot name them now, which are going to weaken the heart very, very seriously. Now our intelligence should be employed in such a manner that we only harness the resources that we have. We must also harness the inner resources, whereby that mental and intellectual poverty will be eliminated, and whatever insufficiency you have in your mind, in taking to life, in receiving the impacts, in assimilating them, in being at home with any development whatsoever. We are after all a puny little individual in this world, and we are surrounded by a huge society and a much huger nature, complex nature. So don't think that everything will be favorable in life. There may be many unfortunate developments. There may be hazards, trials, tribulations. So many enigmas, conflicts, many things may be there. But at no point of time should we say, oh, too much ho gaya hai. Nahi, nahi. Our mind has got capacity to assimilate, dissolve and digest any input into the mind from anywhere. Dasharatha died when his great son did something still greater and Kausalya did not. This is the difference between the two minds. And I am asking every one of you, would you like to be Dasharatha followers or Kausalya successors? What business did this old man have to die looking at such a great and greater son? Just see, our mind is very dangerous. Provided you are leaving it to its own whims and fancies, it should never be done. Shall I narrate you a very recent instance? A lady came to the ashram. She said, I would like to talk to you. How much time would you need? 15 minutes. Okay. Then I told the others, all of you go for food. She will sit in the second batch. But never 15 minutes, never stop at that. So I sat there in the satsang hall and started listening to her. And she was telling me, Swamiji, I am a shattered person, absolutely shattered. I have been consumed by the sorrow I have been undergoing for decades. And she was narrating her story. Initially it was a disloyalty on the part of the husband. It is possible that the husband sometimes does something mischievous or wrong. But you understand it and safeguard him. That is the role of wife. You should not make a big issue of it. People have defects. What can be had? Why did you not have a better husband? Finally the husband you got was like this. Partly it is your fate and plight also. So everyone said, yes, Swamiji, I did it. And he was weaned off from there. Okay. Thereafter what happened? He is an advocate. He goes to the court. I don't know what happened. When I was retiring as a manager from the bank, I got some money. Before I got the money, some lenders, we call them blade walas. Do you have something like that? Blade company says, that means they will cut your neck. 10 rupees interest for 100 rupees per month. How much is it? 120%. 10 rupees per month. Minimum 5 and it maximum goes up to 10. These are called blade companies, guillotine companies. So those people came and said, you are going to retire, is it not? Yes. Whatever money you get, you have to clear the dues your husband has to us and then only do other things. I said, what dues? Then she understood that he had taken money from them and along with the interest, it had accrued to something like 7 lakhs of rupees. She said, though I was very sorry, I paid them off. Then I asked him, do you have any other loans? Anything else to be cleared? He said, no, and all that. And after some time, the husband's own sister tells her that for the sake of my brother, I have pledged fixed deposits in the bank, taken a loan, and the fixed deposits are maturing. I want to pay the loan, clear it and renew it. Another shocking information. So she said, what can be done? She was telling me that I have got 2 daughters and both of them are very good, nice, very intelligent. So I could teach them in government colleges without any capitation fee. And they are doing well, they are married. So she told the news to the younger daughter and she came and said, I will pay you the money, for the time being you give the gold, I will pledge it and then clear the loan. So that was done. I have absolutely no objection. I told the daughter, I will give you the money. But you know, this is the word that she used. I feel I have been deceived. What? I feel? See, I say, why are you looking so thin, so, what is this frail frame? She said, Swamiji, it's only because of the sorrow that I have been enduring. Sorrow that I have been enduring. So I said, you know, I am an interesting person. So I said, what is your point now? You have been deceived. I asked, did you deceive anybody? Then why are you sorry? Somebody else has deceived you. Let that man be sorry. You have not deceived anybody. One. Secondly, your husband is not born of you. But the two children who are born of you, you can say, I am the mother. Both of them are all right. So you are all right and your children are all right. Only your husband is not all right. What responsibility do you have over it? In the Indian society, the husband is always a little up. The wife is too down. So you can hardly do anything in the matter. So leave him to himself. If you have not done any crime, whatever you have done very great. Thank God that you had the resources to clear the loan. Actually, you need not have given all the money that the blade company wanted. Because when they know there is no money, they will accept. So much of interest has already been given, more than the capital. But whatever it may be, it has taken place. Now, I want you to decide. Don't pay a single pie on any account. She has a pension. So you should be grateful that you have good pension to live by. Now I want you to go away from here smilingly, I say. And from today onwards, you should sleep comfortably. You have not deceived anybody, somebody else has deceived. And this somebody you are not responsible for. Somehow you have been married to him. Your children are all right, you are also all right. You are trying perhaps something impossible to make your husband all right. He may or may not be. You should talk to him confidently, standing up. From now on, I am a different person. I will run the house, I will prepare food. If you like to serve him, you serve him. Or keep the food on the table and then come away if you don't like to serve. She said that I cannot stand his face. I cannot tolerate. Said, that should not be. If you develop intolerance towards anybody, the intolerance is your mind's creation and you will be victimized. But be sure, my dear woman, you will go away from here. Before that, you will smile. You know, this woman started smiling. She started smiling. I told her, from today onwards, you should sleep comfortably. And within a month, you should put on 5 kilograms of weight. And you should come here, I want to see you a little more puffy. This is what I said. Now, I am wondering, what happened actually? How is it that she started smiling? For what reason? हाँ? थोड़ा बोलिए ना, क्या हो गया? I always tell people, what is this? We are born in this world. The entire world is never going to be right. Rama had a good mother, but he had a very bad, wicked stepmother. Huh? And all of them were living together. So in Dasharatha's palace, not all were good. Suppose in your family, not all are good. What is there for you to grieve and grieve and grieve? एक कहाँ लिखा है सब कुछ ठीक होगा? दुनिया में कभी सब कुछ नहीं ठीक हुआ है. वो गड़बड़ ही गड़बड़ करने वाला है. संसार तो गड़बड़ करने वाला है. It is not otherwise at all. So this is what I am trying to say. Your mind is flexible. It can assimilate any impact of life. Any impact of life it can assimilate. When I say assimilation, it will transform and convert it into a progressive enrichment process. What? Enrichment process. But the whole success lies in a very good timely interaction with the enlightened and the wise people. Enlightened and the wise people. Our Usha comes wherever we go. Now, I say, when I look at your face, I am not, see, when I come to the ashram, I am all right. When you go home, why are you becoming miserable? See, so many months and years you have been coming here. Have you not gained the art and process of dealing with the mind? I am always asking her.